If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're in some way, shape, or form interested in the Bergen County Academies. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alton, and I am a current junior in the Academy for Medical Science at the Bergen County Academies. I was looking at my Brown Bear calendar and I noticed that today is the exact day I got my acceptance letter, which is April 15th. So I wanted to make this video and give information and insight on the academies as a current junior. I know there's a lot of resources online that you could look at and read through and scroll through, but getting it from someone who currently goes there might be a little bit more helpful. And plus, I would enjoy making these videos and helping out the class of 2026 in all future classes. The Bergen County Academies is a vocational magnet school located in Hackensack, New Jersey. When I was applying, it was ranked the #1 high school in America and the #1 in the state of New Jersey. Basically, a magnet school means that your district sends money for every kid that they're going to send to BCA. So while this does factor into the admissions process, it also allows for low-income families to have an opportunity to send their kids to a high exceptional school. While everyone goes to the same high school, Bergen County Academies, and is able to take advantage of all the opportunities affiliated, clubs, electives, projects, etc., the specific vocational aspect of it is that your child goes into an area of interest at, in my case, the age of 13. I went into the Academy for Medical Science Technologies, and you have certain scope and sequence and certain priority over electives and clubs or projects if you choose to do so. There are 7 academies that are sub-academies in the whole Bergen County Academy scheme. It is Academy for Medical Science Technologies, AMST, Academy for Advancement in Science Technologies, AAST, Academy for Business and Finance, ABF, Academy for Culinary Arts and Hospitality Administration, ACAHA, Academy for Engineering and Design Technology, AEDT, Academy for Technology and Computer Science, ATCS, Academy for Visual and Performing Arts, AVPA. And AVPA has 3 subdivisions, which is music, theater, and arts/design. So let's talk admissions. As you may know, the Bergen Academies is very selective, having a 15% acceptance rate, and usually 1,500 to 2,000 people apply every year. In my case, my class had 270 admitted students. You also want to keep in mind the factor of the magnet school, so every district is only sending a certain number of people in. To apply, you have to be an 8th grader in Bergen County. You must submit an essay, a list of accolades/activities, 3 letters of recommendation from science, English, and math, your school transcript, your standardized test scores, and your first and second choice academy. This is all due around December, and then you will take an admissions test consisting of math and English in January. By February, you will be notified if you are invited for an interview process. In March, you will have your interview, and in April, mid-April, the decisions are sent out. Speaking of mid-April, congratulations to all of you, class of 2026, who just received your admissions letter. I'm looking forward to meeting you or seeing you around. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. So now let's get into what I specifically did as an 8th grader, and my biggest tip is to do your research and ask questions. I want to take you through my folder. Surprisingly, I still have it saved as an 8th grader, noting down all the, if you could see, BCA, electives, clubs, research, and 8th grade accomplishments. So I was kind of seeing why this school was a good fit for me and what I could do for the school as well as what they could do for me. I noted we have a lot of, you could see this online, it looks very old. I'm sorry, this was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I went through and highlighted all the research and all the opportunities that I would want to go into, certain programs and affiliations for competitions, the requirements to get into these things. So here's creative writing, research, and theater, as well as some specific research labs that I was interested in. I highlighted why I would be interested in it and noted down on a Word document, as well as looked up the specific mentors on the website and what kinds of projects that they've been working with. So that is research. This is all, you can find this on the Bergen County Academies. I just checked, the PDF is still there. We also have, I went through, let's see, the specific, here are one of my favorites, electives. I went through, checked off and highlighted what specific electives interested me after reading the little description that they had on the website. Sorry, that is very old. I went through the rankings of what I would want to do, and I still do this, planning my semester ahead. My top choice is priority, because if you don't know, BCA electives and clubs come on a first come first served basis, with upperclassmen getting priority. So I noted down, for example, first choice, intro to surgical techniques. I'm currently taking that. Sports medicine. I just want to go through some of the at least half or more than half of these electives I've already taken. And yeah, so you just want to check on the website on what specifically is there. And then I went through printed out a lot and went highlighting on specific club descriptions. Here you can see a little insight into what was there a few years ago. I went and noted down the clubs of interest that I had, and specifically what clubs I would want to join, as well as noting down the 130 plus clubs. So you can start your own club if there isn't something that you see of interest here. You have specific required courses, like general education courses, humanities, you have to take science courses, just required for high school in general. But you also want to take advantage of the specific courses that BCA has, so you want to read their descriptions here on the website. For example, for the medical science seminar, this is very helpful. AMST had 3 courses on there, and the scope and sequence is still changing, so I really recommend looking into that and seeing what's changed. If you want, I could make a video then versus now and go in specifics on that. I also looked at the Bergen Academy's class profile for when I was applying. I highlighted things that I liked, and I further delved into it in my research, as you could see. You want to keep in mind that you still have placement tests to take after you get in. So you will take your language placement tests. If you choose that you already know a language and you want to further go into that language, you take a placement test to get into a higher level, or you can start off with a brand new language like I did. I went to Mandarin and I really enjoy it. So for math, you want to look into what kinds of classes that you want to take. Look at the description, and it really depends on how well you do in your placement tests. There is another option if you don't do as well as you wanted to still go up a level. I can talk a bit about that and placement tests if you are interested in that. Huge tip would be to review your courses. Here are the course descriptions that I found for 9th grade biology. For example, it goes through topics covered, objectives, and if time permitting, what else you would cover. I recommend asking upperclassmen or friends or anyone who really knows about their experience in a certain course with a certain teacher. For example, I asked an upperclassman for the biology textbook, and I reviewed it a little bit over the summer before I went to my biology class, because that is notoriously difficult. As well as, you know, some teachers just really want to prep you for harder courses that you're going to take in the future. You really want to be focusing on that and getting a good foundation for when you're going into these advanced placement courses and international baccalaureate courses. So another tip that I would have is to, again, do your research and talk to people, because one of my friends, for example, did not know that the school day ends at 4:10. That is a very difficult topic if you're doing sports, clubs, things like that. Every Wednesday is a special day where you do projects and clubs, so you want to keep in mind of the differences in the lifestyle at BCA that you may have versus another high school or your district high school. For example, like I mentioned, I do sports, so sometimes I would get home around 7 when there's a game, maybe like 7:38, which is pretty late, and I still have to do my homework, everything I had, my after school activities, and you just want to keep that in mind. So going through the courses, going through the electives, going through the lists and descriptions, and really asking people is going to be the most helpful thing that you can do, setting yourself up for success in the future and setting yourself up for not being stressed. So that's a big thing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them or just let me know what else I can do to help. So again, congratulations on those of you who got admitted. I'm so excited. Even if you are not admitted to the class of 2026 at BCA specifically, you can still ask about any advice that I have in general for high school. I would be more than happy to help.